In today's video, I'm bringing y'all 5 Valentine's Day tiered tray DIYs that can be used year round. Let's get our craft on, y'all. First up is a metal heart planner. And what you're going to need is one of these galvanized hearts from the Dollar Tree, some ribbon, craft sticks, Waverly Antique wax, and paint of your choice. So the first thing I did was to make a template by sketching out the bottom part of the heart and then cutting it out. This was the easiest way that I found to be able to cut out my craft sticks that we're going to attach to the bottom of the heart. So once I had my template, I just simply laid it down on 2 craft sticks and traced it out where I needed to cut. At first, I tried just laying the sticks down on the metal heart and trying to trace it that way, but that did not work. So take my advice, make a template, do it the easy way. I then took my craft knife and just started scoring these sticks. Now, these are the quart paint stir sticks that you get from Lowe's. And I don't know what the deal is, but when I went to Lowe's the other day, they had these 30 packs of the quart sticks marked on clearance for 47 cents. So you may want to check out your Lowe's. For some strange reason, this batch of stir sticks did not want to, excuse me, cut well with my utility scissors. They kept breaking. So I busted out my craft knife and scored them a few times and was able to get them apart no problem. I then used a piece of coarse sandpaper to sand off all the rough edges and points and just make it smooth and round. I then used a combination of the super glue fix all adhesive with hot glue, being sure not to mix the two together because one will cancel the other out and it will not hold. And I'm just applying this to the stir stick where it will make contact with the heart. Now, this is going to be our pocket so we can put our flowers or greenery in there. You could also use burlap, that would work. I personally just like the look of metal and wood, so this is what I went with. Next, I gave it just one kind of rough coat of my plaster chalk paint. Then I distressed it using my Waverly Antique wax, just hitting it here and there. And I did go all the way around the heart, and I also hit the seams. I'm Robin, by the way, and I'm glad all y'all stopped by today to watch this video. If you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. If you enjoy farmhouse style decor, thrift flips, and watching somebody occasionally play with power tools, then this is definitely your channel. If you also like to have some fun, laughs, and just feel good and leave with some inspiration, you're in the right place. This is definitely one of those pieces that you could leave out all year long and change it with the different seasons. So here I am hot gluing a piece of this burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree to the front of our planner. And as you see, I went on ahead and added just some greenery and some pretty little pale pink flowers to my heart. I don't know what happened to that footage. No telling, y'all. I'm serious. And then I just attached one of these miniature grapevine hearts to the bottom, and it is so, so cute. These Valentine's Day tiered tray DIYs are part of the Love is in the Air collaboration hosted by Kinsara DIY and Krista's Crafty Life. Their channels are linked below, as well as the playlist with some very talented creators that have become my friends. So you are sure to find some Valentine's tiered tray inspiration. Check them out. For this project, you'll need one of these Love You Always signs from Dollar Tree, Mod Podge, antique wax, paint color of your choice. The first thing I did was cover the puffy heart with some Mod Podge because I wanted to paint it a darker red. The Mod Podge will give my paint something to adhere to. So while that was drying, these little hearts, y'all, I found at a store called Bargain Hunt. I guess they're kind of regional. We've got two of them around here. But these hearts come in a package and they originally came from Darice, Darice. I know they have a website. You may be able to find them, but for sure, find out if y'all have got a bargain hunt nearby. Go check it out. I hot glued one of those tiny hearts to that little black heart there in the corner, and it fit perfect. I love the texture it gave it. I just love it. It turned out so cute. So here I am painting that puffy heart with the lacquer paint from Waverly. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this works. In the end, I do end up changing my mind. You'll see here in a minute. I personally love these darker reds, so I went in with the same lacquer color and painted the red hearts on the sign with that color. So, inquiring minds want to know, when you guys decorate for Valentine's Day, do you like the traditional colors, the bright reds, bright pinks, things like that? Or do you like the more muted colors, kind of like what I'm using in this video? Comment below, let me know. Like most of the signs that we pick up from Dollar Tree, it's not real wood. It has a very slick surface. So to get any kind of paint to stick to it, take a sanding block or a piece of sandpaper to it first and just rough it up. This sign, when I saw it, I'm like, I love the font. I love the background. I love the color of the frame. It really didn't need a whole lot to make it really pretty. So whether you like dry brushing or not, distressing or not, I'm a distressing girl. So I took my antique wax and one of those little chunky brushes from Dollar Tree and was sure to hit all the corners and edges of the sign. With all these DIYs today, I was really trying to make it to where you could leave them out year round. You could change them out with the season, like with the heart planter, our very first project. None of those flowers were glued down, so you could easily swap those out with the change of the seasons. This little sign would be great as a gift. You could put it in your bedroom or the bathroom. It's also got a hanger on it. And like you see here, I didn't like the red heart, so I just I had a piece of scrap burlap and just hot glued that right on down to it. And that is it. Next up is our tiered tray chalkboard sign. What you'll need is a chalkboard. I picked up this package of 6 from Hobby Lobby for $9.99, some antique wax, plaster chalk paint, and I will be using one of our silk screen transfers from Chalk Couture. This one's so cute. I love it. So the first thing I did was give a rough coat of the plaster chalk paint all over the frame. Now, if you don't like plaster, you can use whatever color you want, whatever fits your decor. This is for inspiration, y'all. So, big shocker here, I'm distressing. If you don't like distressing, by all means, leave this part out. I happen to like it, and I was going for a certain look. I wanted this to look really old and like a grungy kind of look. I don't know, dirty, grungy. I don't know. So if you don't like that, you can totally skip it. Once I was done with all my distressing, it was time to apply the transfer to my surface. I made a mistake right off the bat because I did not fuzz my transfer, y'all. And it ended up peeling up part of the chalkboard, which is fine because it was a happy accident. I liked the way it looked. It just added to the age of it. I really liked it. But anyway, do as I say, not as I do. Always fuzz your transfers. If you have never tried Chalk Couture before, I am a designer with the company. My link to my website will be in the description box below, so go by and check it out if you would like to. Next, I am applying the chalk paste in the color Bright White using one of the mini squeegees, just using a very light hand. No need to apply any pressure, and just glide the paste over the mesh part of the transfer. These transfers are reusable, washable. As long as you take care of them, you can use them anywhere from 20 to 50 times, maybe more than that. But this is my favorite part, the peel and reveal. And you'll see here where it did peel up part of the chalkboard, but like I say, I am okay with that. But look at those crisp, clean lines on that design, and I just love that phrase. The next DIY is a mini hearts flower pot. You're going to need some Spanish moss, some of the little hearts on sticks from Dollar Tree, paint color of your choice, and the teeny tiny terracotta pot from the Dollar Tree. This is another quick and easy DIY that can last all year long, not just for Valentine's Day. I chose to paint my little pot with the plaster chalk paint, and then I dipped my brush in some water and a little dab of the hazelnut chalk paint and started distressing the edges and around the sides. You can totally skip this step. If that's not you, you can paint it whatever color you'd like. Next, I am painting some of those little hearts. The red was a little too bright, so I'm using the lacquer chalk paint for those. And the pink, I stopped by Lowe's the other day and had them mix me up a little sample jar of, I believe it's called Dusty Rose, but it's a more muted shade and I really, really like it. This pink shade of paint is by Valspar. So it is an interior latex paint. And guys, if y'all are looking for a pretty inexpensive way to craft, to get some paint to craft with, these samples are a great choice. And you have so many colors to choose from. Look, y'all, if you're still with me, y'all are the OGs. I love all y'all. But if you're still here, leave me a heart emoji in the comments. If you don't have a heart emoji, just type out the word heart. Let me know that you're still hanging in there. While I waited for my hearts to dry, I put some floral foam in the bottom of my pot, and then I hot glued some of the Spanish moss on top. I just took some flowers, little pieces I had in my stash, put those in there along with our little wood hearts. I just love this. I think it is one of my favorite little DIYs from this video, y'all. Then I took some of that same burlap ribbon from before and hot glued it around the top of the flower pot. Next, I wrapped some jute twine around my fingers a few times and made a simple little twine bow, glued that to the front, and that one is done. Next up is our Valentine's Day kissing tree. You'll need some twine, paint color of your choice, one of these small foam cones, some pip berries, and some of these little letter beads, and a wood heart. If you don't have a styrofoam cone, you can easily make one out of some poster board. This one's so simple, guys. Just take your twine and wrap it around the cone. No pattern, no method to the madness. I wanted it to look just really rustic and, you know, farmhouse. Then I did the same thing with my pip berries. I wished I'd had the red, but all I had was the white. Sometimes you just got to use what you got. and I just put a dab of hot glue at the beginning and the end to hold it in place. Then I painted my wood heart using that same lacquer chalk paint from Waverly because y'all know me by now, I like the darker reds. While I was letting my heart dry, I took two X's and two hearts from my package of beads, along with two small wood beads, and just threaded them onto a piece of jute and tied a knot at each end of the wood beads to keep them from slipping. Then I tied that on to my little tree. Easy peasy, guys, and so cute. I know it's hard to see, but on the beads, I put X heart instead of XOXO. Anyway, so I tied that to the back of the tree, cut off the excess jute, and then just held it together with a dab of hot glue in the back. I made a small hole in the top of my tree to put my heart into, and I didn't show this on camera, but I took my chalk pen and wrote on the front of the heart, "Kissing Tree." Well, I love them all, guys, but I think my top favorite for today is this metal heart planner. I just love that. The signs, everything was so simple and can still be used in your home or on your tier tray year round just by switching out florals. So simple to create. I love them all. The little flower pot is just adorable. For more farmhouse decor, I have a complete playlist that you can check out on the screen right now. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out with me in the craft room today. And until next time, go get your craft on, y'all. Bye.